Cliffs rise, lagoons sparkle, jewels under sun, and where secret beaches can only be reached by swimming through caves or gliding across glassy waters. Welcome to Palawan, often called the last frontier of the Philippines, and without a doubt, one of the most beautiful places on Earth. It's a destination that looks like it was painted by the gods themselves, untamed, raw, and breathtakingly perfect. If you've ever dreamed of paradise, Palawan is the closest you'll ever come to touching it. Let's begin our journey in El Nido, a place that almost feels unreal. Towering karst cliffs surround calm emerald lagoons, their waters so clear that you can see schools of fish darting beneath your boat. One of the most magical experiences here is entering the big lagoon, where your kayak glides over shallow waters before opening up into an immense, cathedral-like space. It's as if nature carved a sanctuary of silence and wonder just for those willing to venture here. Not far away, the small lagoon invites you through a narrow opening in the rocks, suddenly revealing a tranquil world hidden away from everything. These lagoons are not just bodies of water. They are natural masterpieces that make you feel like you've entered another dimension. Beyond the lagoons lie islands with pristine white beaches that could rival anywhere in the world. Imagine stepping onto shores like Nakpan Beach, where a golden strip of sand stretches for kilometers, untouched and uncrowded. The twin beaches here, two crescents meeting at a single point, make for one of the most photographed spots in the region. And yet, no picture can truly capture the serenity of lying on the sand, the only sounds being the gentle rustle of coconut palms and the rhythmic lull of the sea. In El Nido, every turn reveals a postcard view. Every sunset seems to set the entire horizon ablaze. But Palawan is not only about islands and beaches. Head to Coron, and you'll discover one of the world's most unique destinations for diving. Coron Bay hides shipwrecks from World War II, now resting silently under the sea, transformed into artificial reefs teeming with marine life. Imagine diving down to see ghostly vessels covered in colorful corals, swimming alongside fish that have made these relics their home. For snorkelers, Coron also offers the enchanting Kayangan Lake, often called the cleanest lake in the Philippines. Reaching it requires a short climb, but the view from above crystal blue water nestled among jagged limestone cliffs is worth every step. Then, as you swim in its cool, fresh waters, you feel suspended between two worlds, the rugged peaks above and the mysterious depths below. Further south, you'll find the Puerto Princesa Underground River, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 Wonders of Nature. This river winds for over 8 kilometers beneath a mountain, its dark chambers filled with towering stalactites and stalagmites. As you drift along in a small boat, the silence of the underground world surrounds you. Shadows dance on the cave walls, and the sound of dripping water echoes like whispers from the Earth's core. It's an experience that humbles you, reminding you of nature's immense power and mystery. And then, there is Palawan's hidden side, the parts that many travelers never see. In remote towns and fishing villages, you'll find a glimpse of the Philippines as it once was, untouched by mass tourism. Here, children laugh as they play by the shore. Fishermen bring in their daily catch, and locals live in harmony with the sea. Palawan is not just scenery, it is a way of life. The people here carry a warmth that stays with you long after you leave. They will greet you with smiles, share their stories, and invite you to join a simple meal of freshly grilled fish and rice, eaten while overlooking the endless ocean. What makes Palawan truly extraordinary is the way it feels both vast and intimate. Its landscapes are massive towering cliffs, endless seas, sprawling coral gardens, but its impact is deeply personal. You don't just see Palawan, you feel it. It lingers in your heart, reshaping the way you think about beauty, nature, and wonder. It's no surprise that year after year, Palawan is ranked among the best islands in the world. Travelers who come here often say the same thing. It doesn't just meet your expectations, it surpasses them in ways you could never imagine. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and violet, you realize something profound. Palawan is not just a place to visit. It's a dream you step into, a paradise that reminds you of how incredible and fragile our planet really is. And once you've been here, a part of you will always long to return. What if I told you there's an island so dazzling, so iconic, that it has been called one of the best beaches in the entire world? A place where the sand is so fine it feels like walking on clouds, and the waters so impossibly blue they look as if someone painted them by hand. Welcome to Boracay, the crown jewel of Philippine tourism, a tropical paradise that has captured hearts and imaginations across the globe. If Palawan is wild and untamed, Boracay is vibrant and alive, an island that combines natural beauty with the energy of celebration. The beating heart of Boracay is White Beach, a 4-kilometer stretch of pure, powdery sand that glows almost blindingly white under the sun. Here, the sea glimmers in every shade of blue and green, shifting like a kaleidoscope as the day unfolds. Imagine yourself walking barefoot along this shoreline at sunrise, the waves kissing your feet, the air filled with the scent of salt and coconut oil. Then picture the same beach at sunset, when the sky erupts into a masterpiece of pinks, oranges, and purples, and traditional pirogues, those colorful sailboats, glide silently across the glowing horizon. These moments are what make White Beach unforgettable, not just as a destination, but as a living dream. But Boracay is not just about relaxing on the sand. This island is a playground for adventure. By day, the waters become your stage for endless activities. Parasailing above the sea like a bird, feeling the wind whip against your face, jet skiing across the waves with a surge of adrenaline, or exploring the underwater world through diving and snorkeling. The nearby Banaue Reef and Crocodile Island are home to vibrant marine life, from neon-colored fish to graceful sea turtles. For those who prefer a more serene experience, stand-up paddleboarding along the calm waters of Bulabog Beach during sunrise offers a moment of stillness and connection with the sea. And speaking of Bulabog Beach, this is where the thrill-seekers gather, known as the kite-surfing capital of the Philippines. Its strong winds and wide shoreline make it the ultimate spot for kiteboarding and windsurfing. The sight of dozens of kites soaring against the backdrop of a fiery sky is nothing short of spectacular. It's a reminder that Boracay doesn't just cater to one type of traveler. It's an island that welcomes both those seeking tranquility and those craving excitement. But perhaps what makes Boracay stand out the most is its spirit of celebration. As the sun sets, White Beach transforms into something magical. Beachfront restaurants set up tables right by the shore, torches flicker in the sand, and the air fills with laughter and music. Fire dancers twirl blazing sticks against the night sky, creating mesmerizing patterns of light and heat. Bars and lounges invite you to sip cocktails as the waves crash just a few feet away. Here, life is not just lived, it is celebrated with every beat of the drum and every sparkle of fire. Still, Boracay is more than just its nightlife and parties. In recent years, the island has undergone a transformation to preserve its natural beauty. A massive rehabilitation project closed Boracay for months, giving it time to heal from years of over-tourism. When it reopened, the island was cleaner, greener, and more sustainable. Today, Boracay serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between human enjoyment and nature's preservation. Walking along its shores now, you feel a sense of pride not only in its beauty, but in the resilience of a paradise that nearly slipped away. For those who seek a quieter side of the island, there are hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Puka Shell Beach, located on the northern tip, is wilder and less crowded, its shoreline filled with natural shells that give it its name. Here, the waves are stronger, the winds fresher, and the atmosphere more rugged. It's a perfect escape for those who want to step away from the busy main strip and listen to the untamed song of the sea. Another hidden treasure is Diniwid Beach, a small, peaceful cove just north of White Beach, where the sunsets are just as magical, but the crowds are fewer. But no matter where you go in Boracay, there is one thing you will always feel: joy. The island radiates it. From the warm smiles of locals welcoming you into their restaurants, to the sound of children laughing as they play along the shore, Boracay has a way of making you forget your worries and embrace the moment. It's not just about the beauty of the sand and sea, it's about the feeling of freedom, the sense of being alive in one of the most beautiful corners of the planet. Boracay is a reminder that paradise doesn't have to be distant or unreachable. It's real, and it exists in the heart of the Philippines. Whether you come to rest, to play, or to celebrate life, this island has a way of staying with you long after you've left. Because Boracay is not just a place you visit, it's an experience you live. And once you've felt its magic, you'll always carry a piece of it within you. What if I told you there's a city where ancient history, Spanish colonial heritage, and breathtaking natural wonders all blend seamlessly with modern life? A place where every street corner whispers of the past, while just a short journey away, nature unveils spectacles so stunning they hardly seem real. Welcome to Cebu, often called the Queen City of the South. This island province is more than just a destination. It's the beating heart of the Visayas, where culture, adventure, and paradise collide. At the core of Cebu lies the vibrant city of Cebu itself, one of the oldest in the Philippines and the cradle of Christianity in the country. History comes alive here, in every stone and every monument. One of its most sacred sites is the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño, home to the revered statue of the child Jesus, a gift brought by the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan in 1521. Just steps away stands the Magellan's Cross, a symbol of the birth of Christianity in the Philippines. To walk here is to walk on sacred ground, where history shaped the faith and identity of millions of Filipinos. But Cebu is not just about solemn history, it is also about celebration. Every January, the city explodes in color and energy during the Sinulog Festival, one of the biggest and grandest festivals in the Philippines. Imagine streets filled with dancers in vibrant costumes, drums pounding in rhythm with your heartbeat, and a city united in joy and devotion. Sinulog is not just a festival. It's a living testament to Cebu's cultural spirit, where tradition and faith blend with music, dance, and art in the most spectacular way. Step outside the city, and Cebu transforms into an adventurer's paradise. Here, nature reveals wonders that rival the world's best. One of the most awe-inspiring experiences awaits in the coastal town of Oslob, where you can come face to face with the gentle giants of the sea whale sharks. Swimming alongside these magnificent creatures is a moment that humbles you, a reminder of the vast and mysterious life that thrives beneath the waves. These whale sharks, despite their massive size, glide gracefully and peacefully, creating an encounter that feels almost otherworldly. But the sea is only the beginning. Inland, Cebu's mountains and waterfalls create a playground for explorers. Perhaps the most famous of all is Kawasan Falls, located in Barian. Imagine hiking through lush jungle trails, the air filled with birdsong and the rustling of leaves, only to emerge before cascading turquoise waters that look like they've been painted by hand. Kawasan is more than just a waterfall, it's a sanctuary, where you can swim in its cool, crystal pools, feel the spray on your skin, and even embark on a thrilling canyoneering adventure, leaping from cliffs into the rushing waters below. Cebu is also home to breathtaking coastlines and islands that seem untouched by time. A short boat ride from the mainland takes you to Malapascua Island, a diver's paradise, known worldwide as one of the few places where you can see thresher sharks up close. These sleek predators with their long whip-like tails are an unforgettable sight for divers. Meanwhile, Bantayan Island offers a different kind of magic. Endless stretches of white sand beaches, peaceful fishing villages, and a slower pace of life that makes you forget the world beyond. Here, time seems to pause, inviting you to simply breathe and be. And then there's Mobile, a coastal town that hides one of nature's most dazzling spectacles, the Sardine Run. Imagine millions of sardines swimming together in perfect harmony, forming massive silver clouds that twist and turn like a living organism. Snorkeling or diving into this swirling spectacle is like entering a different dimension, an underwater ballet that leaves you in awe of the wonders of marine life. Yet Cebu is not only about its landscapes, it's also about its people. The warmth and hospitality of Cebuanos add a depth to the experience that goes beyond sightseeing. Whether you're sharing a meal of Cebu's world-famous lechon, often hailed as the best roasted pig in the world, or striking up a conversation with a local fisherman on the shore, you'll find that the soul of Cebu lies in its people as much as in its places. As day turns to night, Cebu City transforms once again, with a skyline that glitters like a crown under the stars. Rooftop bars and lively streets invite you to enjoy modern comforts, while just a glance away, the ancient structures remind you of the centuries of history that shaped this land. Cebu is both old and new, both sacred and playful, both calm and adventurous, a place of contrast that blend into one unforgettable experience. In the end, Cebu is not just the Queen City of the South by name, it truly reigns with a majesty that encompasses faith, culture, adventure, and natural wonder. Whether you're walking its historic streets, dancing to the rhythm of sinulog, swimming beside whale sharks, or standing in awe beneath cascading waterfalls, Cebu gives you something more than memories. It gives you moments that touch your soul. Because Cebu is not just a place you visit. It's a journey through time, through nature, and through the spirit of the Philippines itself. And once you've been here, the Queen City will forever hold a royal place in your heart. What if I told you there's a place where the landscape looks like something out of a fantasy storybook, where hills rise like giant pieces of chocolate, where the smallest primates in the world stare at you with eyes larger than their entire heads, and where rivers glow with mystery under the moonlight? Welcome to Bohol, one of the Philippines' most enchanting islands. This is not just another tropical getaway, it's a land of magic, wonder, and natural spectacles you won't find anywhere else on Earth. The most iconic sight of Bohol is undoubtedly the Chocolate Hills, a surreal landscape made up of more than 200 symmetrical hills spread across the island's interior. In the dry season, their grass turns a rich chocolate brown, giving them their delicious name. From above, it looks like the earth has been sprinkled with giant Hershey's kisses as far as the eye can see. Scientists still debate how these hills were formed. Some say they're the remnants of ancient coral reefs uplifted by geological processes, while local legends tell of giants who once roamed the island. No matter the explanation, standing before the Chocolate Hills feels like stepping into a dreamscape, one of those rare places that remind us how endlessly creative nature can be. But Bohol is not just about landscapes. It's also home to one of the most unique creatures on the planet, the Philippine tarsier. Found in the island's sanctuaries, these tiny primates are among the smallest in the world, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. With their enormous round eyes, long fingers, and delicate movements, they almost look like characters from another world. To see a tarsier clinging to a branch, turning its head almost completely around as it watches you curiously, is to witness one of evolution's most fascinating marvels. And here's the best part. Conservation efforts on the island ensure that visitors can observe them in their natural habitat, while protecting these fragile creatures for generations to come. From hills and forests, Bohol takes us next to water, a central part of its charm. The Lobak River is one of the most peaceful and picturesque waterways in the Philippines. Imagine gliding along its emerald green surface on a floating restaurant, enjoying traditional Filipino dishes while being serenaded by local musicians. Palm trees sway gently on the banks, and as you move further upstream, the river becomes a mirror reflecting the sky above. At night, the magic deepens. In the town of Abatan, fireflies light up the trees along the riverbanks, creating a spectacle so enchanting it feels as though the stars themselves have descended from the heavens. Bohol's beauty doesn't stop inland. Off its coast lies the breathtaking island of Panglao, known for its white sand beaches and crystal-clear waters. It's a paradise for divers and snorkelers, with vibrant coral reefs, schools of tropical fish, and even encounters with sea turtles. The island's Alona Beach is a lively hub, with restaurants and nightlife, while quieter corners of Panglao offer the perfect escape for those seeking solitude and paradise. Beyond Panglao, the waters of Bohol Sea are alive with marine life. making this one of the best diving destinations in Asia. Adventure seekers will also find thrills here. The Hinagdanan Cave, with its underground pool of clear, cool water, invites explorers to descend into its depths, while the island's many waterfalls like Magaso Falls provide refreshing escapes amid lush greenery. Each turn in Bohol reveals something unexpected, something that blends serenity with adventure. And then there is the culture of Bohol itself. The island is not only about nature but also about history and resilience. One of the most notable landmarks is the Baclayan Church, one of the oldest stone churches in the Philippines, built during the Spanish colonial period. Though damaged by an earthquake in recent years, its presence remains a powerful reminder of the island's deep Catholic roots and the enduring faith of its people. Walking through towns and villages, you'll also find the warmth and hospitality of Boholanos, always ready to share a smile, a story, or a meal. Bohol is a place where contrasts come together seamlessly, where the smallest primate lives in the shadow of massive hills, where rivers flow through jungles illuminated by fireflies, and where centuries-old churches stand alongside pristine beaches and diving havens. It's a destination that surprises, delights, and inspires awe at every turn. When you leave Bohol, you don't just carry photographs or souvenirs, you carry the memory of landscapes so unique they feel otherworldly, and encounters so personal they touch your heart. This is a place where nature's artistry is at its finest, where the land itself feels alive with stories, and where every corner seems to whisper, "Stay a little longer." Because Bohol is not simply a stop on your journey. It's a destination that lingers with you, a wonder that reminds us why the Philippines is a treasure chest of the world's most amazing places. If there's one place in the Philippines that seems almost too perfect to be real, it's Palawan. Time and time again, this island has been called one of the most beautiful destinations on Earth, and once you set eyes on it, you'll understand why. Imagine towering limestone cliffs rising from turquoise seas, hidden lagoons that feel like secret paradises, and underwater worlds so colorful they seem like living rainbows. Palawan is not just another island. It is the ultimate frontier of natural beauty, a masterpiece sculpted by both time and tide. Let's begin in El Nido, a dream destination that has become a symbol of Palawan's allure. Here, jagged limestone karsts pierce the sky while white sand beaches rest quietly at their base. But the true magic lies in the lagoons. The Big Lagoon and Small Lagoon are like windows into another dimension, where emerald waters are encircled by cliffs that rise dramatically all around. Kayaking through these narrow entrances, the world outside disappears. All that's left is the echo of your paddle, the call of seabirds, and the overwhelming sense that you've stepped into paradise itself. Just south of El Nido lies Coron, a destination famous for its stunning lakes and underwater treasures. Kayangan Lake, often called the cleanest lake in Asia, glows with crystal clear waters so transparent you can see straight to the bottom. Surrounded by dramatic limestone cliffs, this place feels sacred, like a sanctuary where time moves differently. For divers, Coron is also a living museum beneath the waves. The wrecks of Japanese ships from World War II rest quietly on the seabed, now transformed into thriving reefs teeming with marine life. It's an extraordinary blend of history and nature, where tragedy has been reclaimed by beauty. Palawan is also home to one of the 7 wonders of nature, the Puerto Princesa Underground River. This UNESCO World Heritage Site stretches over 8 kilometers beneath limestone mountains, with chambers so vast they feel like cathedrals carved by the earth itself. As you glide through the river by boat, the cool air and the sound of dripping water add to the mystery. Bats flutter overhead while your guide points out rock formations that resemble everything from giant candles to mythical creatures. It's an experience that defies imagination, a journey into the hidden heart of the island. But the wonders don't end there. In the southern reaches of Palawan lies Tubbataha Reefs Natural Park, another UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the world's greatest diving destinations. Accessible only by live-aboard boats, this marine sanctuary is home to over 600 species of fish, 360 species of coral, sharks, rays, sea turtles, and even whales. For divers, it's the pinnacle of exploration, an untouched underwater Eden that reveals just how alive our oceans truly are. Back on land, Palawan offers moments of pure serenity. Port Barton, a quieter alternative to El Nido, invites travelers to slow down, enjoy sunsets over the water, and experience the warmth of small coastal communities. Inland, jungles are alive with exotic birds, waterfalls, and caves waiting to be explored. It's this balance of adventure and tranquility that makes Palawan so irresistible. But perhaps the most unforgettable thing about Palawan is the feeling it leaves you with. Standing on a deserted sandbar surrounded by nothing but the open sea, or swimming through lagoons so still they feel untouched by time, you can't help but feel humbled. Palawan is not just beautiful, it's transcendent. It reminds us of the power of nature to inspire, to heal, and to fill us with wonder. And beyond the landscapes and seascapes, there are the people of Palawan, warm, welcoming, and deeply connected to the land and sea. Their culture and traditions are shaped by the rhythms of nature, reminding us that true harmony comes from living with, not against, the environment. Palawan is often called the Philippines' last frontier, and it's easy to see why. Much of it remains wild, untamed, and breathtakingly pure. To journey here is to witness a world as it was meant to be, raw, vibrant, and profoundly beautiful. When you leave Palawan, you carry more than just photos. You carry memories of hidden lagoons that felt like secrets whispered only to you, of diving into waters alive with color and movement, of nights under the stars with the sound of waves as your lullaby. Palawan doesn't just stay in your mind, it stays in your heart. Because Palawan is not just a destination, it is the very definition of paradise. When most travelers think of the Philippines, their minds drift to places like Palawan, Boracay, or Cebu. But hidden in the southern reaches of the country lies a land of incredible diversity and raw, untamed beauty, Mindanao. It is often called the Land of Promise, and for good reason. Here, soaring mountains cradle mist-covered valleys, ancient cultures thrive with colorful traditions, and waterfalls thunder down cliffs in endless cascades. Mindanao is wild, vibrant, and full of surprises, a place where the Philippines reveals another side of its soul. Let's begin with the majestic Mount Apo, the tallest peak in the country, rising over 900 meters above sea level. Known as the grandfather of Philippine mountains, Apo is more than just a climb, it's a spiritual journey. As you trek through dense forests, geothermal vents, and mossy landscapes, every step feels like a passage into another world. Reaching the summit at sunrise, clouds swirl below while the first rays of light paint the horizon gold. It's a moment that feels like standing on the roof of the Philippines, where the land stretches endlessly in every direction. Mindanao is also blessed with some of the country's most spectacular waterfalls. Tinuian Falls in Surigao del Sur is often called the Niagara Falls of the Philippines. Its wide, multi-tiered cascade creates a curtain of water so powerful yet so graceful that it takes your breath away. When the morning sun hits the mist, rainbows shimmer across the falls, creating a scene that feels almost magical. Not far away lies Maria Cristina Falls, a thunderous 320-foot cascade on the Agus River. Providing not just beauty, but also power, it generates hydroelectric energy for much of Mindanao. These waterfalls are not just natural wonders, they are lifelines, both spiritually and practically. For those seeking adventure by the sea, Mindanao does not disappoint. The island province of Camiguin is often called the Island Born of Fire because of its 7 volcanoes. Here, you'll find pristine white sandbars, hot springs, and the haunting sunken cemetery, where crosses rise from the sea as reminders of a volcanic eruption that buried a town beneath the waves. It's eerie yet captivating, a place where history and nature intertwine. Then there's Siargao, the surfing capital of the Philippines and a true paradise for travelers. Known for its legendary wave, Cloud 9, this island has captured the imagination of surfers from around the world. But Siargao is more than just waves. Its Sugba Lagoon, with jade green waters surrounded by forests, is a dream for paddleboarding and kayaking. The island also boasts natural rock pools, palm tree forests, and island-hopping adventures to Guyam and Daku Islands. It's an island that perfectly blends adventure, relaxation, and tropical charm. Mindanao is also a land of rich cultures and traditions. The indigenous groups of the region, such as the Taboli in South Cotabato, preserve centuries-old practices that bring color and meaning to daily life. The Taboli are known as the dream weavers, creating intricate Tanala cloth from abaca fibers, said to be inspired by visions received in dreams. Their music, dance, and rituals reflect a deep connection to the land and to the spiritual world. To witness their culture is to step into a living tapestry of heritage and identity. In Davao City, the largest urban center in Mindanao, tradition meets modernity. The city is famous for the Kadayawan Festival, a week-long celebration of life, Thanksgiving, and bountiful harvests. Streets burst into color as dancers in vibrant costumes perform to the beat of drums, while floats decorated with flowers and fruits parade through the city. It's a celebration that honors both the land and the people who nurture it, a reminder of the harmony between culture and nature. For those drawn to the mystical, Lake Cebu offers a tranquil retreat. This highland lake, surrounded by rolling hills and lush forests, is dotted with floating lotus flowers and bamboo rafts. The serenity of the place is enhanced by the presence of the Taboli people, whose culture is inseparable from the lake itself. The nearby 7 falls of Lake Cebu add drama to the landscape, with ziplines that soar across the valleys, offering breathtaking views from above. And yet, perhaps what makes Mindanao truly extraordinary is its diversity. It is a land of volcanoes and oceans, mountains and plains, bustling cities and quiet villages, ancient traditions and youthful energy. It is a region that defies stereotypes, offering experiences as varied as its landscapes. Mindanao is not just a destination, it is an awakening. It challenges you to go beyond the familiar, to explore the unknown, and to embrace the richness of a land that remains beautifully untamed. From its towering peaks to its pounding surf, from its thundering waterfalls to its gentle lakes, Mindanao invites you to discover a Philippines that is wild, vibrant, and unforgettable. Because here, in the land of promise, the wonder never ends. When you think of the Philippines, you might imagine beaches and palm trees, but there's a place where the ocean itself transforms into an underwater wonderland, a sanctuary of life unlike anywhere else on Earth. This place is the Tubbataha Reefs Natural Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, located right in the heart of the Sulu Sea. Often called the crown jewel of Philippine diving, Tubbataha is not just a reef, it's a living cathedral of coral, a kingdom where every inch teems with life, color, and energy. Imagine diving into waters so clear that visibility stretches endlessly, and suddenly you're surrounded by walls of coral that rise like skyscrapers beneath the sea. Tubbataha is home to more than 600 species of fish, 360 species of coral, 11 species of sharks, and countless sea turtles and manta rays. The sheer biodiversity here is staggering, a reminder that the Philippines sits at the center of the world's coral triangle, the richest marine ecosystem on the planet. Every dive feels like entering a new world. You drift past schools of barracuda that twist like silver tornadoes, glide alongside gentle whale sharks that move with serene grace, and watch as hawksbill turtles soar through the water like winged creatures of the sea. The corals themselves are alive with color-branching staghorns, massive brain corals, and delicate fans that sway with the current, creating a kaleidoscope of textures and patterns. But Tubbataha is not just for divers. It's a living example of what happens when humans choose protection over exploitation. The park is strictly guarded, with limited access only by liveaboard boats during certain months of the year. This ensures that its beauty remains untouched and thriving, a model of marine conservation. To witness Tubbataha is to glimpse the ocean as it should be: vibrant, balanced, and alive. Yet, The wonders of the Philippine seas go far beyond Tubbataha. In Bohol, just off Panglao Island, lies another underwater paradise, the Banaue Reef. Here, divers are greeted by vibrant corals, swirling jackfish, and colorful nudibranchs crawling across the reef. Spinner dolphins often leap playfully nearby, creating a spectacle above the waves as magical as the one below. And just across the channel, the world-famous chocolate hills rise from the earth, showing how nature in the Philippines dazzles both above and below the surface. Further south, in the waters off Davao Gulf, lies Samal Island, a tropical retreat with hidden caves, turquoise waters, and pristine beaches. Beneath its surface, coral gardens sprawl across the seabed, and if you're lucky, you may encounter dugongs, gentle sea cows gliding gracefully through the shallows. Samal proves that even close to bustling cities, the Philippines' marine treasures continue to thrive. And then, of course, there's Apo Reef, the second largest contiguous coral reef in the world, second only to Australia's Great Barrier Reef. Located off Mindoro, this reef system covers more than 34 square kilometers of coral gardens, lagoons, and mangrove forests. Divers often describe the experience here as swimming through an aquarium without glass, because everywhere you look, the water comes alive, with movement. Reef sharks patrol the depths, parrotfish nibble at coral, and rays sweep across the sandy bottom. What makes these marine sanctuaries so special is not only their beauty, but also their fragility. They are treasures that remind us of the delicate balance of life in the oceans. Each coral polyp, each tiny fish, each gentle current plays a role in maintaining this magnificent underwater world. Without protection, these wonders could fade, but with care, they will continue to thrive for generations to come. The Philippines is often called the Pearl of the Orient Seas, and when you dive into its waters, you understand why. These seas are not just bodies of water. They are living pearls, rare and precious, each one shimmering with the brilliance of life. Whether it's the grandeur of Tubbataha, the charm of Balikasag, or the vastness of Apo Reef, the Philippines' marine sanctuaries remind us that some of the greatest wonders on Earth lie beneath the surface. For travelers, this is more than adventure, it's a revelation. To swim with whale sharks, to float above endless coral gardens, to hear the song of dolphins echo through the sea, these are experiences that leave a mark on the soul. They remind us of our connection to the ocean, to nature, and to the fragile beauty of life itself. So when you journey to the Philippines, don't just look at the land, look beneath the waves. Because here, in the depths of the sea, the true wonders of the Philippines shine with unmatched brilliance, waiting to be discovered. Have you ever dreamed of walking into a world that feels frozen in time, where centuries of history live in every stone street, every carved balcony, and every ancient bell tower? Welcome to Vigan, one of the most enchanting cities in the Philippines and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Unlike anywhere else in the country, Vigan is a place where the past is not forgotten. It is alive, breathing through cobblestone streets and Spanish colonial houses that have stood strong for more than 400 years. The magic of Vigan begins the moment you step into Calle Crisologo, the city's most iconic street. Imagine lanterns flickering softly above as horse-drawn carriages, called calesas, roll gently across the cobblestones. Wooden windows with intricate capiz shells glimmer in the light, and balconies with wrought iron railings lean close as if whispering stories from the past. Walking here feels like entering a time machine, where every detail captures the elegance of the Spanish colonial era. But Vigan is not just about frozen history, it is a living city. The air carries the scent of empanadas sizzling in the streets, the hum of weaving looms creating hand-woven able fabrics, and the sound of church bells echoing across the plaza. The city thrives by keeping its heritage alive. Craftsmen continue age-old traditions, whether it's blacksmithing, pottery, or wood carving. Each piece they make tells a story of resilience and artistry passed down from one generation to the next. At the heart of Vigan stands the St. Paul Metropolitan Cathedral, an architectural gem blending Baroque and Neo-Gothic styles. Its thick buttresses and majestic facade show how faith and artistry merged to withstand both time and earthquakes. Just nearby lies the Bantay Bell Tower, perched on a hill overlooking the town. Climbing to the top rewards you with sweeping views of Vigan and the surrounding countryside. A reminder that this city is not just about heritage, it's about perspective, seeing how the past connects to the present. History also lives in Vigan's grand ancestral homes. Take the Siquia Mansion, once the residence of former Philippine President Elpidio Quirino. Inside, you'll find ornate furniture, antique portraits, and sprawling wooden staircases that echo with footsteps of both family life and political history. Visiting these homes feels intimate, like being invited into the lives of those who shaped the Philippines' cultural and political identity. But Vigan's wonder is not confined to its architecture. It thrives in its traditions. The vibrant Abali Loco weaving industry produces textiles so beautiful and intricate that they've been treasured for centuries. Watching artisans weave threads into colorful patterns is mesmerizing, a dance of hands and threads that transforms cotton into works of art. Equally captivating are the city's culinary treasures. Vigan is home to dishes like the famous Vigan longanisa, a garlicky sausage that packs bold flavor, and the crisp, golden empanada that bursts with vegetables, egg, and meat. Each bite is a celebration of the city's unique identity. At night, the city transforms into something magical. The dancing fountain show at Plaza Salcedo lights up the sky with bursts of water and color, casting shimmering reflections on the historic buildings around it. Calle Crisologo glows in warm golden lights, and the streets take on a romantic atmosphere, where history doesn't feel distant, it feels alive, breathing, and welcoming. What makes Vigan truly special is its balance. It preserves its colonial past while embracing modern life. Tourists from around the world come to marvel at its heritage, yet the city's heartbeat is still authentically Filipino, rooted in community, tradition, and pride. This blend of the old and the new is what makes Vigan more than a museum city. It's a living masterpiece. And beyond the city streets, you'll find equally stunning wonders nearby. The Pagbernayan jars of Vigan showcase ancient pottery techniques brought by early Chinese settlers. Watching potters skillfully shape clay on their wheels is a reminder of how deeply cultural exchange influenced this city. Each jar, strong yet elegant, represents Vigan's resilience through centuries of history. To visit Vigan is to experience a different side of the Philippines. While the country is famed for its natural wonders, beaches, mountains, and reefs, Vigan tells the story of its soul, its history, and its people. It shows us that true wonder is not just in breathtaking landscapes, but in the stories etched into walls, in traditions that survive the passing of time, and in communities that proudly protect their heritage. As you wander through its cobblestones, ride a calesa through its quiet streets, or taste its longanisa and empanada fresh from the pan, you'll realize something. Vigan isn't just a place you visit. It's a place that stays with you, echoing in your memory like the sound of its bells, reminding you that the Philippines' beauty isn't only in its seas and mountains, but also in the living history of its cities. Have you ever seen a river that glows in the dark, as if the stars themselves had descended from the night sky to flow with the current? Welcome to one of the Philippines' most astonishing natural wonders, the Puerto Princesa Underground River in Palawan. This place is not just a breathtaking sight. It is a world marvel, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Hidden beneath limestone cliffs and lush rainforest, it feels like stepping into the heart of a mystery where nature has written its secrets deep underground. The journey begins at the mouth of the river, where calm turquoise waters invite you into a cave that stretches more than 8 kilometers beneath the earth. As you enter by boat, the world above disappears. Darkness surrounds you, broken only by the beam of a lantern dancing on cathedral-like ceilings of stalactites. The air is cool, still, and heavy with a sense of awe, as if time itself has paused inside this underground kingdom. The underground river flows directly into the sea, a rare geological phenomenon that makes it one of the longest navigable underground rivers in the world. As you drift deeper inside, the walls around you transform into nature's masterpieces. Stalactites hang like crystal chandeliers, while stalagmites rise like towering sculptures, shaped patiently over millions of years. Some resemble figures so lifelike that locals have named them the Holy Family, the Candle, the Mushroom. It is as if the cave itself was a grand art gallery, created not by human hands but by nature's quiet persistence. But the magic of the Puerto Princesa underground river is not just in its geology, it's in its life. Despite the darkness, this ecosystem thrives. Bats flutter overhead, swiftlets dart in and out, and hidden creatures call the cave their home. Each sound echoes through the cavern, amplifying the sense that this river is alive, carrying with it both mystery and wonder. The deeper you go, the more the cave reveals its grandeur. The ceilings soar as high as 65 meters, creating vast chambers that feel like underground cathedrals. When your guide turns off the lantern for a moment, you experience true darkness, the kind where even your own hand in front of your face disappears. It's humbling, almost spiritual, to realize you are in one of nature's most secret places, a sanctuary untouched for millennia. Outside, the river's wonder continues. Surrounding the underground passage is the Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park, a lush, tropical rainforest teeming with wildlife. Monitor lizards bask in the sun, monkeys swing from trees, and hornbills call from the canopy. This area is more than a tourist destination. It is a thriving ecosystem where land, sea, and underground life connect in harmony. What makes this wonder even more captivating is how it represents balance. The city of Puerto Princesa has worked tirelessly to protect the underground river, ensuring that tourism does not destroy its fragile ecosystem. Visitor numbers are controlled, boats are limited, and guides remind everyone that we are merely guests in this ancient place. This commitment has preserved the underground river's beauty for future generations, making it not just a wonder to see but a lesson in conservation. For travelers, the experience goes beyond sightseeing. As your boat glides out of the cave and sunlight floods back into view, there's a moment of reflection. You've just traveled into the earth's hidden veins, seen the patience of stone, and felt the quiet power of time. It's a journey that stays with you long after you leave, reminding you that the most extraordinary wonders are often the ones nature keeps secret until you are ready to see them. Palawan itself is called the last frontier of the Philippines, and the underground river is its crown jewel. But visiting here isn't only about marveling at the cave, it's about immersing yourself in the entire landscape. The beaches nearby glow with white sand, the seas are filled with coral reefs, and the forests hum with life. It is a paradise that shows just how much beauty can exist in one corner of the world. The Puerto Princesa underground river is more than just a natural attraction. It is a reminder that beneath the surface of our world lies a hidden beauty we rarely see, waiting quietly in the shadows. To enter it is to step into a story written by water, stone, and time, a story that inspires us, and reminds us that nature is the greatest artist of all. What if there was a place where every color of the sea comes alive, where the ocean floor tells stories of sunken ships and coral gardens, and where life beneath the waves feels more vibrant than anywhere else on Earth? Welcome to Tubbataha Reefs Natural Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the Philippines' most extraordinary treasures. Hidden in the middle of the Sulu Sea, this vast marine sanctuary is often called the crown jewel of Philippine diving, a living paradise beneath the waves. Reaching Tubbataha is an adventure in itself. Located about 150 kilometers southeast of Puerto Princesa, it can only be visited by live-aboard boats, usually between March and June, when the seas are calm. This remoteness has preserved its magic, keeping it untouched, unspoiled, and fiercely protected. As your boat approaches, you won't see towering cliffs or golden beaches, just endless blue waters. But beneath the surface lies a world so vibrant, so alive, it feels like another planet. The park spans nearly 100 hectares of pristine coral reefs, lagoons, and atolls, making it one of the richest marine ecosystems on Earth. Imagine diving into waters so clear you can see up to 30 meters ahead, and everywhere you look, life thrives. Coral walls drop dramatically into the deep, forming underwater cathedrals covered with sponges, soft corals, and vibrant sea fans. Schools of fish move like living clouds, swirling and shifting in perfect harmony. Over 600 species of fish call this sanctuary home. Jacks, snappers, groupers, and barracudas glide through the reefs. Tiny reef fish dance in and out of coral branches, while majestic manta rays spread their wings and soar gracefully through the currents. Whale sharks, the gentle giants of the sea, often make appearances, gliding silently alongside divers. If you are lucky, you might even spot a tiger shark or hammerhead patrolling the deeper waters. But it's not just about the fish. Tubbataha is home to nearly 400 species of coral, making it one of the most biodiverse reefs in the world. Every shade of the rainbow exists here: purple, red, yellow, green, woven together into living sculptures. These corals form the backbone of the ecosystem, sheltering countless creatures and creating a balance that has lasted for centuries. Tubbataha is also a sanctuary for endangered species. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles nest on its tiny, sandy islets, while seabirds, including rare boobies and terns, use the islands as breeding grounds. This delicate connection between land, sea, and air makes the park a living laboratory of biodiversity, a place where nature is perfectly in sync. Diving in Tubbataha is more than just an adventure, it is a privilege. Because the park is so carefully protected, only a limited number of divers are allowed each year. Rangers live on site, watching over the reef day and night, ensuring that illegal fishing and destructive activities do not threaten its fragile beauty. This strict conservation has made Tubbataha one of the most pristine dive sites in the world, a place where nature is allowed to flourish in its purest form. What makes the experience unforgettable is not just what you see, but how you feel. Floating weightlessly over coral walls, surrounded by the heartbeat of the ocean, you realize that this is more than just a dive, it's a journey into the very soul of the sea. The vastness humbles you, the silence calms you, the beauty overwhelms you. Tubbataha is a reminder that the ocean is not just water, it is life itself. For those who can't dive, just knowing Tubbataha exists is enough to inspire awe. It stands as proof of what can happen when humans choose to protect, rather than exploit, the natural world. The Philippines has many wonders, from mountains and islands to cities and rivers, but Tubbataha is different. It is not shaped by history or culture, but by time, by tides, and by the eternal rhythm of the ocean. As we close this journey through the wonders of the Philippines, Tubbataha feels like the perfect final chapter. It embodies everything this country has to offer: beauty, diversity, resilience, and the power of nature. From the rice terraces carved into mountains to the underground rivers flowing through stone, from the bustling cities to the quiet islands, the Philippines is a land where every corner holds a story. And here, in the heart of the sea, the story continues. The Philippines is not just a destination, it is a wonderland of nature, culture, and adventure. Tubbataha reminds us that the greatest treasures are often hidden, waiting for those willing to seek them out. And when you find them, they don't just take your breath away, they change the way you see the world. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video.